Yes, I would say we definitely have bolts now. Yay, more work! Bless you! Oh, goodness. After I get the inside done, we can redo the wiring and get it all back in place. Ooh. Yeah.
I did.
And tachometer, not real pretty looking. A little bit of elbow grease, it's amazing how far it'll go. Alright, so now that we've polished speedometer, come on, focus, and we've polished tachometer, now we're going to do the expensive gauges, as crazy as that is. We have the fuel gauge, and we have this nasty expensive little number. This is an oil and water gauge. This gauge alone is $300 for this car. You can see it's got a bunch of junk on the glass, just a bunch of junk all around. We're gonna see if we can get that to polish out. Get a good look at it. All right, let's see what we can do. So if all goes well, if we're shooting to try and get the body put back on the frame, hopefully this weekend. But we got a lot to work around to make sure that happens, but we're hoping. And it also depends if I can get a couple of friends. I have a few that are hopeful that they can, but I'm not setting anything in stone until we get to that point. I'm going to go back to polishing and stick around. And that is glass. That is not plastic. Look at how much better that looks. Let's not rely on the camera to focus it. There we go. That looks nice. Pick up, Pop. Put that bitch up until we're ready for it again. Oh, God. Now for the worst one that's the most expensive. This is the most expensive gauge. And it's literally the worst one that was in the car. Well, part of it we have to remember is these gauges are from 1960, and they didn't give a crap what they looked like when they were new. So, some of this stuff could be junk from 1960. But, we'll get some white paint, we'll touch up the gauge ends, which is no big deal. But, there. It's a cleaned up water and oil pressure gauge. Let's see. Manually override it. It's gonna look nice. So there you go. Ooh. And then, now that we have the car running, we're gonna make sure all these gauges work. Because when we bought the car, it had a locked up engine, so we don't have no clue if any of these gauges work. But judging by the miles, thinking they probably do. There's your speedometer, tachometer, and your super expensive $400 dual gauge. Now, midst of our short day, we got the back panel on. So the floor is 100% complete right here. And that is where the steering shaft comes through. And I have to put one screw right here. That's it. So that's done. We started playing around with our new polisher. You can see right here. There we go. You see those are all polished up. And what we're going to do is these carburetors, we got the rebuild kit coming. They're going to be all cleaned up, and these are all going to be polished. So this is all going to be shiny and like new. And then that way we can get this body, which I got engine compartment done. I have to get wiring bolted back up, but that's no big deal. And I got the underside done. Ran out of paint, so I'm going to have to redo this later. You can see where it's scuffed and cleaned up. Do that, do the trunk, and then this can be made all one again. And with that, guys, we're taking a short day. As always, you have a good one, and I'll see you on the flip side.